3, 2, 1, go. So this is Super Lumi Live. It's a classic platformer. It's got main mechanic is being a double jump that you just get to jump when you're not on the ground. The route for this category involves getting a total of 450 of these silver collectibles that you'll see I'm picking up in various places. And you collect those by completing a level or just by going through one of the portals. You'll need 320 to get through World 4 and 450 to get through World 5, which are the main big parts of the run. If you're on track to get those, you should easily get all of the intermediate stages or intermediate locks. It used to be routed that we got a certain number of the gold collectibles along with varying numbers of the silver collectibles. There was a route I was running for a time that was 45 golds and 320 silvers, but this just turns out to be by far the fastest. Right here is the first portal exit of the run. You'll see at the top left there's a portal that I've just gone through, and then after that you have to collect all five of the glowing coin-like collectibles, and you enter a secret portal to a special level, and they all have these kind of tokens that if you hit them you'll turn around, or the whole level will turn around rather. And these levels are usually quicker, and they almost always have a lot of silver in them that we generally need to collect. Each world ends with a boss level. This is 1-boss level, or 1-skull. There's going to be a couple of checkpoint deaths here just to reset cycles of platforms and such. This is a really good silver count so far. But basically, yeah, this whole thing revolves around really just getting through each level as quickly as possible while getting enough silver to unlock the gates at the end of World 4 and 5, mostly, but every world technically.
It's World 1. Ended with 86 silver.
And that's really fast, too. 324 World 1-ish. World 2 introduces a bunch of new mechanics. We're only going to see a couple of them because we only get to see 2 to 3, or 3 to 4 levels in it. The first big one is these green bounce pads. They'll give you your double jump back, and they'll also boost you into the air. If they're pointing down, they'll boost you in a downward direction, and if they're pointed sideways, of course, just push you in the direction that they're facing. Yeah, it's a really fast-paced run. It's just get everything and go. This level wasn't in a lot of my older routes with 45 gold, just because there are faster paths through this world, but they involve getting more gold. That's just too far out of the way to waste time getting, basically. lot of high-paced platforming
Ah.
for this section. This next level, 2-5, introduces a disappearing platform of sorts, where if you stand on it for long enough, only a few frames, but it's possible to jump off it before it activates. But if you jump on it for long enough, then it will disappear after a short time. There's a lot of them in the back half of this level. And the end of this particular section is almost like an auto-scroller in the way that it just forces you to go on platform after platform. There's some pretty scary moments.
Yeah, I didn't even know what the heck I landed on just now. But
Yeah.
I didn't die, which is all that's important. Good thing about this run is that there are a lot of checkpoints.
Yeah. Wasn't always the case. But...
Well, it was always the case in assist mode, which was what I did speedruns on until they changed it.
Yeah, originally this game had an assist mode with a ton of extra added checkpoints, and then a normal mode without them, but it was just always a lot faster to have the additional checkpoints because of some of the extra death warp we could do to reset cycles. And then eventually it was just taken out because normal mode was really incredibly hard. This level is the first, and I think the only true auto-scroller in this game.
It's not the only true auto-scroller.
Well, there's other auto-scrolling sections, but this is the only one where the screen is forcing you to move forward this level. You can speed it up by, in this section, being at the top, and in the previous section being at the farthest right of the screen.
Oh.
But
I thought you wanted me to do it, so I went for it.
No, that's a really tough strat. I do it very rarely in runs.
Not going for it anymore.
Yeah. Great
Bad
choice.
orcs.
There's a platform with a door to leave the level right off screen here. And it's very difficult to land on that small platform precisely. Especially when it's off screen, even more so. This level is another kind of auto-scrollery section, but you can get off of this platform fairly early if you know when you can go. Normally, you go a bit later than you strictly can most quickly, just because it's A, safer, and B, gets you more silver. That was a really good cleanup right there. Generally, we want to get a cleanup of the silver in that section, just so we have more further out. It's just, they're so quick there. Hardly out of the way at all. And it makes the route a lot less tight at the end. Next level is 3-4. We're going to be taking the secret exit here. This was very well hidden. hard to find for quite a few times. There's a lot of ways to do that, but that was very clean. It takes me 2 or 3 tries a lot of times. I think world record has it 3rd try. And this level, at the end, it can be a nightmare, but first few sections, as long as everything goes according to plan, which, of course, famous last words. Nothing ever goes according to plan in this level. These very slow-moving Toxies, I think the official name for them. They just wreak havoc everywhere. This section, if you can go fast enough, you can skip through a couple of them like that, really clean. And then this section, there's a checkpoint that wasn't always there, and if you die after getting this checkpoint, it can screw up some of the cycles later in this level, which is pretty scary because those two things are never supposed to be together.
I actually just got a really good cycle there. Most of the time,
yeah, that was just
not so good.
That was a really nice death cycle. It seems completely random, but I'm pretty sure it's based on when you jump up. Not sure how high you have to jump to activate each one, but that's what it seems to be based on. This level we're also going to be taking the secret exit.
Not a whole lot I could have done there.
Yeah. The angry Toxies, they'll chase you and they won't give up for a while. This is one of the more difficult portals in the entire run, just because the last section requires some nearly full speed jumps. Right there. Okay, that was really good. First try on that one is always a relief, because that can take a while. This level used to be not in the run. We used to get 9 gold and just completely skip this level at no cost. But it turns out that getting those 9 gold takes a lot more than the 15 seconds that it takes to beat this level. So
also you get an extra, usually about 20 silver.
Yeah, if you miss a silver there, it's kind of like, where did you miss a silver there? They're all right in your path. That being said, I've missed a lot of silver in that level.
Well, if you miss 1 silver, oh, gotta love
oh my.
that.
Yeah, that was really something. Hitboxes on these circular enemies are very lenient, for which we are eternally grateful.
That was just bad, though.
Yeah. This whole level, it's my least favorite level in the run, just because I'm bad at it. I can't remember where anything is in the dark sections.
And you don't see it right now because I'm going too fast, but there's a huge ball chasing me.
Yeah, we just go too fast to even really see it at all in the run.
But if you're like just starting out, like that thing can mow you over.
Yeah.
If you're too slow.
To answer a question from earlier in chat, which particular silvers M gets and which she doesn't really depends on which she passes by on her first pass and which are really in the way or don't matter because you need to wait for cycles. So, like, if you miss a silver or two on your first go at it, it's usually not worth it to try to just go back and hunt for it. Generally, at that point, it's faster to leave it because there's so many fast silver near the end of the run.
Now, this is one of my favorite levels, as far as the mechanics are concerned.
Oh yeah, every time you jump in this level, these pink platforms will switch between on and off. And that makes for some really interesting puzzles. Oh, didn't get the checkpoint there.
That's alright. There's one right there.
Yeah, there is. I keep forgetting the checkpoint layout of this level. There's just a lot of checkpoints here. This last section of this level is by far the hardest part of it. There's a lot of these crushing blocks that you have to make sure are turned off before you land on the platforms under them, or else you will get crushed and die. Also, if you die and respawn at that checkpoint, we have a setting turned on so that we respawn instantly. So if we're holding either direction, left or right, we will just fall there because that platform is technically off if we die and respawn there.
So this level forces you to backtrack with the key that you need to open the last door that you saw in the beginning.
Yeah, different colored keys, as we call them, and I don't think there's really a better name because they unlock doors. The different colored keys unlock their corresponding color doors. So right at the beginning, she collected a blue key to get out of there, then she collected a yellow key to get to the red key, then she had to backtrack with the red key all the way to get to the start of the level. This level has one of only 2 required portal exits in the run. If you don't go through this portal exit, this is literally impossible to beat the game. It's really well hidden up here.
I'm just taking the checkpoint and those 3 silver for safety.
Yeah, those 3 silver I always get because they're just 3 fairly fast silver, and you want to get that checkpoint anyways because it is easy to die in this next section. This is... I suppose this is technically an auto-scroller too. So you were right and I was wrong. Again. This is, I believe, the shortest level in the game in terms of the world record for the IL. I think
even
it's something
shorter than, like, what was it, 4D?
I don't know. It's very close. It's like 7 seconds. I'd have to check, but it's definitely the shortest of any that we have in the run. Whereas this is the longest level. The Tower of Power, 4-Skull, my worst nightmare. I think all of our worst nightmares. Just a really hard level.
I wanted that.
Yes. You want the checkpoints in this level.
Minor skip right there.
Yeah. Saves time to go through that secret path. This right here is difficult to line up the cycles correctly on these shots. That was pretty quick though. This level really is meant to be a rehash of all of the mechanics in previous levels.
My favorite pixel in the game.
Yeah, that door right there just has one pixel hanging out that you can stand on, and we do it every run because it doesn't lose any time. If it doesn't lose time and it's fun, you'd better bet someone's gonna do it in a run. These last two rooms are the hardest in the run. Like, the hardest single rooms in the run. The last jump of this room has killed me something like 10 times in a row one run. That was really nice. And then this room, which used to be even harder just because the cycles lined up weirdly. That was really nice. First try at the end of that level. I think this is like a minute behind the world record at this point. Which is absolutely insane, by the way.
Very nice.
That was an incredible level. Sub 3 on that level. You just don't see that in most runs. Like, I think world record might have it, but I don't think so. My average tends to be 3:30 to 4 minutes even. A sub 3 that level means that you've practiced it really well. And you're doing a lot of the hard struts.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, this level...
This is one of those levels I ground out, like, today even. And now I'm...
Yeah. Oh yeah, this level, it just hurts. All of these World 5 levels, there's a big fire theme going on. Alright,
really, I'm just gonna wait the cycle.
Platforming. And just everything's trying to kill you in these levels. Used to be that we did 5-2 here to unlock 5-5, but 5-3 is just faster. Doesn't have a lot of auto-scrollery sections that you can't make faster, but you can make slower. We used to not do it just because we didn't get as many silver, and silver was a lot tighter. But since we routed in, I think it's 3B, silver routing has gotten a lot less tight, and so we're able to do this level instead of 5-2. This end section is so difficult just to do it fast enough, because you just go too fast, you slip off the edge, and it's
if you accidentally
nice to double jump there
yeah,
because all of the platforms disappear. This is a really fun level. All of the silver is
oops.
theoretically really easy to get, but practically you usually miss a couple just because you're not falling straight down.
Like that?
Yeah. Case in point. If you can get all 20 in this level, you're really on point with your jumps. You usually shouldn't need all 20 though. Hopefully you have enough. 414 plus 18. Well, 414. Well, okay, let me do some quick math. You have way more than enough silver.
Alright, good.
Silver routing right at the end. It's just like you always are within 10 or 20 of what you need. And I think with getting everything in this level, there would be 10 extras. So,
and you usually end up getting all or almost all in this level, because they're pretty much the only places you can stand.
Yeah. This ending of this level is the main reason I didn't route this in my first route through this game. Because I just could not finish this level consistently. And right now, this is, I think, technically on sub 30 pings.
First skip?
Yeah, that's a really nice first cycle skip. There are 4 cycle skips that I think M is going for. 3 cycle skips. 3 cycle skips. That first one, that second one. And then not this one because it's incredibly tight.
Not marathon safe.
Not at all marathon safe. Like, the only reason I have ever done it in any percent runs is because I think I'm close to, like, say, sub 30 popping my PB or a gold split. It's not safe in any way. This one, too, is somewhat more safe, but still a lot harder than either of the first 2. The last one, on the other hand, you just need to go fast enough. This room, there's only 1 portal in it, but if you go fast enough all the way to the end of the level, then you can get through the portal out of the level. Oh, first try.
Ah!
Amazing.
That was so close. Come on.
Missing number 2. Oh, that's so close to a 1 cycle in that room. Doesn't lose really much of any time to miss that cycle though. Like 5 seconds, 6 seconds, whatever it is. That was an incredibly good level right there. And this is really, really good pace right now. You do a little death at that checkpoint just to reset the position of the big monster boss that you're running away from. So it's easier to get that blue key. You need all 4 keys from all 4 corners of this level to beat it. And let me tell you, what the world record does is entirely unsafe. Like, I think I go and get all 4 without getting a checkpoint, which is just a really bad idea. You really want to get a checkpoint after you get the 3rd one, at the very least. Getting a checkpoint after this green key right here is really just a good idea in general. Just because it does save your keys at every checkpoint. And if you die without getting that, then it loses about a minute. Maybe more. Minute 15-ish. But other than the 2 intentional deaths here, this has been Deathless level right here. And that is... It's absolutely insane for a marathon. This is one of the most difficult levels of the game, if not the most difficult. And time comes right about now.
And that was a 30:48, which is a PB for me.
That's like, what, a 3-minute PB?
Yeah.
In a marathon. So that's incredible. That run was just insane, on the end screen, after the credits, there's going to be a final in-game time and a death count. So if we could just stick around for that, seeing as it were at like 15 minutes under estimate. What did I tell you, Em? It would be at least 10 minutes under estimate?
Yeah. Well... I think someone accidentally put estimate 30 minutes. Which,
yeah, someone accidentally put a 30-minute estimate for it.
Which I didn't want to do because I wasn't expecting to PB in a marathon.
Yeah. But honestly, in retrospect, it only
took about 30 minutes.
GGM. That was great.
But
so huge shout outs to the dev of this game, Marios Kalergu, Maz K, an amazing guy, always willing to help out the community. Great game, great music. He did some of it. Huge shout outs to just M for being such a great person.
Also, I want to give a shout out. Well, first to Hobo, because he posted on Reddit like about 6 months ago, hey, I wish this game had a speedrun scene, and I haven't seen him online since. But I love this game, and without that, I wouldn't have known about it. And
yeah, without M finding that, I wouldn't have known about it. So.
And also shout-outs to Late Dog, who I've also not seen online for about 6 months. He has about 90% of the world records in ILs in this game. And
also have the had the world record segmented in 100%.
And like most of them are just like absolutely insane.
I don't know how he gets some of these times.
Like the few that he doesn't, it's because Oryx has found a way to beat him pretty much.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Final runtime and death right here on the screen.
Yeah, 36 deaths. My old PB, I think, had 48, so...
Yeah, that's really nice in terms of death. And the restarts are all intentional. That's just the intentional times you've died, pretty much.
Yeah, the few times I use it in the run were like to reset cycles in a room.
Cycles in 1-boss, and then once in 5-boss and twice in 5-X, right?
Yeah.